Welcome back to the Preppy and Pout podcast. This is episode 14. We're going to talk about a pout finally on
Yeah.
HOA. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jason, and this is a Preppy and Pout podcast.
Okay, so when we launched the podcast, we said we'll do some topics in between, some preppy topics and some pouting topics. So today we have an actual pout. It happened last week, and probably a good thing that we let emotions simmer down before we talk about it.
I feel like we should have did it right after.
Oh, I was very mad.
Oh, I know.
Probably got like...
I know. I was your hype man.
I would have gotten in big trouble. So the pout is around our neighborhood HOA. So this is our first time being homeowners. We've been here 7 years.
7 years.
7 years. And we've had a few little like letters here and there. But last week we had like a HOA situation.
Yeah. And, just to give a little bit of gist. Now, when you say we've had HOA things before, I think we got a letter about like our trash can being out front, the day after trash, whoop-de-doo, right?
I think our first one was a car.
It was a car. It was a car that we had, a family member's car that broke down one night, got towed to the house, and sat right in front of our house in the road for probably a couple of weeks.
Yep. Not that long.
Yeah, no, it was.
Oh.
It was. Yeah, no, it was at least a couple of weeks. So yeah, that was our actual like first official letter. Everything else, like the trash cans and stuff, is just to let you know, like, hey, like put your trash can away. But that letter was like the actual like violation thing. So last week, sitting upstairs, what was it like? It was like 9:30.
Yeah, it was close to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 9:30. Get a message from awesome neighbor Val. Right?
Yes, our neighbor. Yeah.
So he sends me a message and he's like, hey, I think this is your car. He's like, I just saw this post. Just wanted to give you a heads up. And the post literally read, it said, just saw a white pickup getting towed out of the neighborhood. And it said a company name on the side. So I read that and I'm like, get the freak out of here. So I'm like, we got to go to the mailbox. We park at the mailbox. Now, mind you, for our neighborhood, your license plate has to be registered. You can only have a maximum of 4 license plate per household. All 4 of those are taken, but that allows you to park in the street during certain hours, and it allows you to park in the overflow parking, which is at our mailbox. So the company truck, I park at the mailbox because don't need to block up the driveway. We park at the mailbox. So got the notification that it got possibly towed. So we rode down there, and when we get there, which was only a few minutes after his text, there's another car parked in the
spot. Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm looking at the Facebook page because that's where all the drama goes down. And somebody posted the same thing.
All the keyboard killers is on there.
Yeah. Oh, I saw XYZ company truck being towed. So, I mean, at least people were posting and letting us know. But
if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
I would have went out that next morning on my little scooter that I take to the mailbox to get the truck, and would have been like, oh, nah.
So HOA says no street parking. So they have that public parking. You register, you park there. You've done everything right. You've registered your vehicle. You park there like you've been doing for over a year now.
Yes. Oh, I've been in this position for 3.5 years.
And we get there and the car's gone.
Truck's gone. Another car in the parking spot.
Yeah.
So I knew right then I didn't park in a non-parking parking spot. So we get back home. You're on the Facebook page and you said, here's a towing company that I found on the Facebook page.
Yeah, because this happened to somebody else, and they posted on the page, hey, if you get towed, this is who you call.
Yes.
So we found it.
I call them. Mind you, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
They pick up, though, and they're like, yeah, sorry, we don't handle your neighborhood anymore. We don't do work over there anymore. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Who did it get changed to?
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't know. They're like, but call 9-emergency for your county. I'm like, all right, cool. So call Seminole County, get them on the line.
In the meantime, we pull up the site to verify that your truck is fine. it's registered.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
then I
yes,
go
yes,
to the
yes.
Facebook page, like,
You
hey,
validate
whoever
everything.
did this, like, the vehicle is registered. Here's the picture. And then that's when all of the groups started chiming in
Yeah.
on the Facebook page.
Well, and honestly, you know, speaking to dispatch at Seminole County, right? And they're like, you got 2 hours before they have to notify them that they towed your vehicle, right? So
Right.
now I'm thinking, so your stuff can be gone. You don't know where it's at.
For 2 full hours.
The county doesn't know where it's at, but you got to sit around and wait for at least 120 minutes
to see if it was stolen or towed.
yeah. Mind you, if it's stolen, buddy's 2 hours away
Yeah,
from you already.
yeah.
So, anyways, just as we're about to hang up, he's like, "Oh, it just popped up. A white Ram." I'm like, "That's my girl. Where she's at? Who got her?" And I don't know if we should disclose the name of the we won't disclose it. So, anyways, he's like, such and such has it. And then he says something interesting. He's like, well, the number we have here is a different number than Google. So I'm just gonna give you both numbers. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take it. Call that number. This is where it gets. Call that number. Young lady, I would say.
Yeah.
Picks up. Very nonchalant. A lot going on in the background. Sounded like they were at a sports bar watching a
What
FIFA
is one
game.
thing that you heard?
It sounded like FIFA. It sounded like there was like a game in the background.
I think a game, but the one thing I kept hearing over and over is the alarm chirp. The battery in their alarm, alarm.
Well, you
was
know,
beep.
I'm probably more used to it, so I didn't really, it didn't really resonate with me as
So
much.
she's home watching a game.
Yeah.
No batteries in the fire alarm.
So I said, hey, listen, I'm calling from such and such company. You know, you guys towed this vehicle. I just wanted to know what's going on because I know I didn't park in a bad parking spot. I know it wasn't in the street after hours.
You're so polite.
And I did not park in handicap or anything. The whole time, James was like, give me the phone. Give me the phone. I'm like, no. Let's just figure out what's going on. This person's on the receiving end, right? Let's just figure out what's going on. Immediately they go, oh, okay, please hold. Right? So we hold for a few minutes. And then
A long minute.
And then she comes back and she's like, is this a commercial vehicle? And I said, well, it's a utility vehicle, but no, it's not commercial. It doesn't have DOT. It doesn't weigh over 10,000 pounds. Nothing crazy like that. Like something that shouldn't have been in a normal parking spot type of thing. Okay, please hold. Again. And we're like, okay, what is going on? Like, I don't understand what's going on. So then comes back. Well, was it parked anywhere illegally? And I'm like, no, I don't. Help me out here. So then they go, you must have some haters or somebody who's
she's
watching
like, you must have some haters watching you.
Yeah, you must have some haters watching you because somebody called it in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, but we still didn't violate anything.
Yeah.
So help me out. On hold again. And then comes back and she goes, all right, I'm going to give you the address. Come pick it up. Literally is how that went.
Yeah, she's like, I spoke to the driver. We realized that we shouldn't have gotten the car. You can come pick it up. They should have dropped it off, in my opinion. I know you didn't want that.
I did not want them to drop it off.
By this time, it's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
On a weeknight.
Yeah,
we have kids, school, work, and now we're having to go on this wild goose chase.
You damn right.
To find your truck that was wrongfully towed.
Yes.
So in the meantime, I'm letting everyone on Facebook know, like, this is the deal. If you get towed, this is who you call now, like being misinformative so nobody else goes through this. And then in the meantime, we get a direct message on Facebook from someone that happens to be on the HOA board.
Right. So that was as we were packing up, getting ready to get in our personal vehicle to go get the company vehicle. My phone dings and it's a direct message on Facebook. I did not recognize the name, and all I saw was, hey, tow company called me about your vehicle. I validated that your license plate was registered and it should not have been towed. So they're going to bring it back to you, is what the message said. So me getting our personal car, getting ready to leave to go get the company vehicle, I'm like, babe, who is this person
Right.
that direct messaged us? Because I'd never heard of them before.
So that's when I reply to her. So the thing is with our HOA is we have to have this app. You register your tag, and anyone that has access to that app can see that your vehicle is registered. Well, in our neighborhood, the way it should work is the tow company has it. Because if someone calls in a tow,
They should be able to validate it.
if I'm just pissed off at you and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get your truck towed, and I call in and they come and pick it
You
up,
be pissed off somebody else.
they have to have some way to validate the tow.
I understand.
So that was the problem why I wanted to speak to the tow company, because it's like anyone just calls and you guys come pick up a vehicle. Like, that's crazy. So this lady that's on the HOA board, I've never actually.
Is she actually on the board though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A member.
Like I said,
There's 3 of them from what I know.
Right.
So yes, she is. She had, whenever she voted or ran for the board, her little bio thing. So I'm assuming that she's still on the board. I haven't heard anything else. So my question to her is, so I'm at this point, I need to break this down, because who called in the tow and why are they calling you? That's great.
To
Whatever you
validate,
think you're doing to
yes.
help is not helping,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're not bringing the car back. We're going to get it. But you're telling me that the tow company called you.
Correct.
So now I ask her, okay, so is the process that anytime a vehicle is going to get towed, they're going to call you?
No.
She tells me, no, they don't have my number.
I'm just trying to help.
I'm just trying to help you. Ma'am, first of all, if they're calling you, that means either one, logically, you called in the tow
Right.
and they're calling you
You're
back.
the contact person, like, yo, just
Right.
want to let you know.
Or 2,
You messed up.
you're the point of contact. If a vehicle gets towed, they reach out to you. She tells
Right.
me, no, nobody on the board is the point of contact.
Well,
I'm just trying to help you.
you just put yourself out there, ma'am.
And that's where the
You the snitch.
conversation goes
Well,
silent, because I told her logically it's one of the two.
right.
You're not just all of a sudden sitting at home rubbing your feet together eating
Careful.
mint chocolate chip ice cream and some random tow company calls you about a random neighbor. Like, that's just not
Yeah, I know them.
logical. Yeah, like, what are you talking
Go ahead
about?
and take that, Joker.
So that's only the options. Either you called in the tow and realized you effed up that were registered and you had to fix your mistake, or 2, you're on the HOA board and they call you to see
Yeah.
if the vehicle
Well,
should be towed or not.
And the reason why the information that I received once we got there, right? Because we got there, we saw the truck. I didn't want them to tow it back because I already know making these phone calls, we did what we were supposed to do. So
Yeah.
I wasn't anticipating on paying anybody anything
No.
for that tow,
Heck
right? No fees, nothing, no fines, nothing. So in my mind, I do not want them to tow it back to me, because now they know they're not getting paid. They're not getting any money. And the last thing I want them to do is hook back up
Damage your
to my
truck.
vehicle and bring it back to me and not make a dime on it. I didn't want that. I wanted to go to the yard, see the vehicle, make sure it wasn't damaged on the first tow, and then drive my stuff out of there. But when the guy got to the yard to unlock the gate at 11 o'clock at night, the only thing he said to me was, this lady effed up.
Yeah,
I didn't ask for I didn't even care at that point. I wanted
Yeah.
to get our vehicle and get out of there. But we did call the tow company when we got home and said, hey, listen, we're hearing that you guys just came in here, snatched the vehicle, and then started making phones. She was like, no. Somebody called it in. And that's why we came and
Yeah.
picked it up, and they told us to pick up that vehicle.
That's somebody from the HOA, because, like, again, some random neighbor can't just call and be like, hey, come pick up this car.
I mean, we could try it.
So verifying credentials, like, oh, I'm the HOA, something to verify your credentials, right?
Right.
But we handled it. I mean, thank God I probably would have been in the
Careful.
county
No,
right
we're
now.
not. We're not. We're
but
not.
you handled it fine. But the
Over
thing
something
is
we didn't have to pay for anyway. So it
yeah,
wasn't,
we didn't have to pay for it, but obviously it's a huge inconvenience.
it was.
Somebody
I
made
agree.
a pretty bad mistake and then tried to turn it around as if
Well,
they're helping us, when obviously that's
they
not
had
the
to put their
case.
mint chocolate chip ice cream away. And
But what's bothersome is like, I mean, I shared like the information with the neighbors so they know how to get it. But, one neighbor's like, oh, well, did anyone own it and say? I'm like, no, no one owned it, which is fine because some people have problems owning their mistakes. So she doesn't want to own it. She doesn't want to own it, but it's very obvious what happened, right?
Right.
But I said, what's going to happen is the next day, the HOA is going to send out this generic email, right? So we get this email to the whole neighborhood. Oh, we're so sorry for what happened. It was a mistake on the tow. Again, everything's being put on the tow company.
Right.
When they're not just surveying neighborhoods and snatching random cars.
Nah, bro. They want to know they're going to get paid on the back end.
Yeah. So she obviously called it in, right? And it's never once owned it, never replied anything.
But here's the funny thing, which we didn't even really talk about. Well, we talked a little bit about it, but we went on our normal walk around the neighborhood. Our normal 2-hour walk. We went by the pool.
Yeah.
And by the time we got back home, we realized at that point that there was a HOA meeting that night that we walked by.
At the pool, yeah. So they were like super feeling themselves that night, walking home from the pool, like, we run this. We're going to get something towed tonight.
Yeah. But, we didn't even know there was a HOA meeting. And we're not big on the whole HOA committee thing.
And I don't have any problems, right? Because I'm not on the board and I don't attend the random poolside meetings. So
at 7:30 at night.
I don't say anything. But then when obviously the situation immensely impacted us that night, like leaving the house at 11 o'clock at night, going to sit in a tow yard, wait for the car, like a bunch of stuff. You had to leave for work early that morning. So we had to get your work truck back that night. And all of this was a wrong tow. Like this should have never happened. We did everything right. We paid the fee. We're on the app. We registered the car, the whole nine. But here we are on a random night. So I don't complain about or say anything because I'm not on the board. But this was a big miss.
It was an inconvenience for sure. But I think too, to play devil's advocate, right? That's a hard ass job.
Yes. And I did say
I would
that.
never want to do that.
Yeah. I did say like, hey, I don't wish to be in your shoes. I did not vote. I did not go to the HOA
I'm not the reason
meeting.
why you got the position you got.
But my take on it is what they say is, and what they kept saying, well, if you don't like it, then you should have voted to be on the board. Yeah. And I don't agree with that because at my job, if I fire the wrong person and my boss is like, hey, you messed up, you shouldn't have fired that person, I can't be like, oh, well, then why don't you do my job? Why don't you apply? Right. No, I got to own my mistake. And that's my job. So I would never wish to be on an HOA board. And I think those people do have it very hard.
They do.
Because they have to make rules, implement them, and it's impossible to please everyone. So I don't envy them. And I think their job is hard. But when you mess up, don't flip it around as if I'm just trying to help you out. Yeah, you're trying to help me out after you call my vehicle in to get towed. Right. And you realize that's wrong. Right. But you're not helping me.
And I think that's the biggest frustration too, right? Is that we did do everything we were supposed to do.
Now, if we didn't register the car and we parked somewhere we shouldn't, then I would be like, let me not say anything.
You can't even be mad at the HOA at that point, right? But that's really what brought it to the level that it got to, is that, okay, the fact that there was another vehicle parked in the same parking spot for me was like, oh, okay, hold up. Like,
either one that was her people's, and she's like, that's our spot. Right. Come tow this shit and
get that joker out of here. Yeah, so that, and if we could choose again, we would not live in the HOA community. But it does have its perks. It has its place.
Have its perks. So that's why, as new homeowners, we didn't know. I mean, you hear like random horror stories from HOA, but we didn't know. Like, it's our first time owning a home and living in a community like that. And it's not all bad. I mean, it does help keep some uniform to the neighborhood, right? Like,
we don't have a pink house next door.
It helps keep some upkeep. But if I had to pick, I'd rather do without, because it's been a lot more woes than positive.
Yeah. Well, I would do without if we had our own acreage.
Yes.
Because I have seen certain towns or cities you live in, they're not in the HOA, but you may have a purple house next door to you, right? And nothing against purple, but that may affect your property value. If you're putting your house up for sale, somebody may not want to buy next to a purple house,
Or
right?
like they do keep up with the yards. Like, hey, your yard's getting out of control. Pull your weeds or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, that's some of my gripe though, because they'll get on you, but that pool grass looks pretty bad over there.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like,
gonna say. Like
yeah,
they've emailed some of our neighbors and our cul-de-sac. Like our yards are pretty up to par
for the most
for the
part.
most part. But then we pay these HOA fees, and you drive to the public areas like the grass by the pool or the
Yeah,
mailbox. I'm like, what
yeah,
the heck?
yeah. They're holding us to a higher standard.
Yeah,
And when you get that document that shows what they spend money on,
I've never looked at it. I've
I
heard it's pretty atrocious.
it's I want to say the landscaping for the community is in the six figures.
That's insanity.
But if it looks good,
Yeah.
you're okay with it. It's when it looks bad, you're like, yo, where's my money going? You know what I mean? Because the fees went up this year.
Yeah, like everything.
Is this the
Everything's
first time
gonna.
the fees went up this year?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
So
think
we've
so.
we've been through one increase in almost a decade, right? But you can tell that certain things start to fall off the map. But they put new pool furniture in
Yeah.
recently that
Yeah.
we appreciated as well.
So you said if we had to buy again, you would never.
If it's on acres, I would not be in the HOA. If it's still in a residential area, I would like to be in HOA because I don't want people parking in their front yard, their car, or have
Yeah.
have 30 cars around their house, pit bulls tied in the backyard. It all just depends on where you want to live,
Yeah.
right? That's just nah.
Agree. If you could make one HOA rule, what would it be?
Whew. If it's only one rule I can make,
Yeah.
I would say the biggest one would be not saying. I think it would be keeping your yards a certain way. I think that's the biggest one for me, right?
Yeah.
Having crazy color houses is a whole nother thing, but I think I would feel some type of way if our neighbor had like a boat in between our two houses right here. You know what I mean? Like,
So yard or stuff in the yard?
yeah. That would be my biggest thing. What about yours?
I think I would allow street parking as long as you're faced the right way, because we live on a cul-de-sac and they have normal lots in the neighborhood, but then like on the cul-de-sac we have a huge empty area where there's no homes. I feel we should be able to park there.
I agree.
Like we're on a cul-de-sac, we
Yeah.
paid extra to be on the cul-de-sac.
I agree.
There's nothing but property there. We should be able to park in the street if you live on a cul-de-sac.
Yes. And a big one for our neighborhood when we first moved in, you couldn't have a shed in the backyard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was, to me, was like, what do you mean?
Well,
Like,
we put one anyways.
we got, well, I thought that one of your questions asked what rules you broke. But yeah, because it's like, we got a premium lot, right? So we didn't get the cookie cutter, like free lot. We got a enlarged lot. So it was like, what do you mean I can't put a shed back here? But our first year or two moved in, I saw a shed in somebody's yard. Now, listen, I'm not a snitch by any means. I'm not, right? But I called the HOA like, yo,
Ooh, that's
I didn't know
snitchy.
we could have sheds. They was like, you can't. I was like, well,
That's snitchy.
I didn't give an address. I didn't give anything. All I said was, I just want to make sure because I saw a shed.
Oh, that's
And
snitchy.
it's not because the shed was back there. You could see it over the fence, bro.
Yeah,
You could
but
see it over the fence.
Now you're gonna make the HOA drive around.
No, they should already do that. How they see my trash can if they're not driving around, right? So, but the thing he said was, well, we can't go in people's yards. And I was
Yeah.
like,
In
touche.
their backyard.
That's all you got to say. That's it, right? And that's got a shed.
Yeah.
But then what happened eventually? Now you can have sheds
Yeah, now you
in the
can.
backyard, right? So I agree with it when it makes sense, right? It evolves and things like that. Obviously, we had a mishap. What is what that was? That wasn't a normal situation. But would
Yeah.
you live in an HOA again if you could decide? Does it matter, or is it just a
If I had a preference, I would say no, because like you said, that means we're probably living on a good sized property. There's not a ton of neighbors. on the street or in that neighborhood. So if I had to pick, I would say no.
I got you.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the only other big gripe, and it has nothing to do with the HOA, but like a lot of people get hurt feelings about like fireworks and stuff in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you know, I enjoy it. We love 4th of July. We love New Year's, any other holiday that's associated with that. But man, when you talk about that Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
And the HOA people that go crazy about it, they go ballistic over fireworks and their dogs and all of that. It's only 2 days out of the year, man.
I think it's just too like the internet now. Like
Keyboard
it's
killers.
our first time being in a neighborhood where we've joined the page. Like our last neighborhood, there may have been one, but I was never.
And we were renting, so we didn't care what was on that page.
So we were on it before, like apartments or townhomes, wherever we were. We've never been in a community like on a social media page, and they just feel very. People, I think, in general now, just with having technology at their fingertips, they feel very entitled and enlightened to go and divulge merely opinions and just bashing behind a keyboard, but never in person. And this, like, you know, about fireworks, or we've had conversations about my kids on their bikes, and it's just people feel very, I guess, like you said, entitled to go and just type out whatever they are feeling or what they want to say.
But I think what ends up happening, what ultimately happened, is when you match that energy. Because the biggest thing about our kids, but multiple kids, right? Actually, we were even riding mini bikes that day.
Yeah.
Is that we're all in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to, you know where I'm at, you know what street this is, come down here if you got something to say to me, right? Because the big issue was, now you're recording children and you're posting them on social media trying to make a point, but you're not realizing that you're still recording somebody's child
without their permission.
Just because you're trying to get somebody to side with you on why you're upset in your expression, right?
Yeah.
And it's a weekend in the afternoon. We're not even talking after hours. We're not talking early morning. We're not talking during the week. These kids should be outside playing. Yeah. Right?
And it's like half and half, because some of the neighborhood is like, oh my gosh, it's so loud. Again, it's during the day. Yeah. It's no louder than a loud lawnmower, pressure washer, or what noisy thing there may be going on.
Right.
And we do regular check-ins, but it's like, it's very divided. You have half the neighborhood that thinks it's 55 and up, like, do not make a sound. I want to hear a pin drop on Saturday. I want to hear the cool breeze coming across the. And then you have other people who are like, hey, that's good. Keep the kids out. Like, I have a motorcycle. You want me to bring it over and show your kids? So it's very half and half. So I think not that has anything to do with the HOA. I think it's just neighborhoods in general,
it's just part
right?
of it, yes.
Yeah, when you join a neighborhood, it is a community,
yes,
like you said, and it can be very diverse.
And when you have that gate in the front of your community, that gives a lot more control to the HOA when it comes to parking regulations and things like that. I learned that along the way because my mom lives in the same builder, different neighborhood, but no gated community. And they can park in the street as much as they want, right? They can park wherever they want, as long as it's not like in their front yard or something. And they don't have to worry about getting towed. So we learned a lot, honestly. We learned a lot. I wouldn't say I regret anything. I learned lessons.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't regret it. We're first home time buyers, owners.
I got you. I know what you mean. I know what you
so
mean.
I don't regret anything, but it's just you learn along the way. And I think it's just as you continue to grow in life, then you know, like, okay, the next time we move, these are the things I'm going to look out for.
Yeah. Either that or you join the board and you help change our world.
No, my life is very packed as is. I could not imagine joining an HOA board.
Well, we lived through it.
Yes.
We didn't lose any money. We just lost a little bit of sleep, but that's where we're at.
Well, thanks for tuning in and listening to our rant about our HOA tow midnight situation.
Yeah. And our next home probably won't be in the HOA.
No.
But don't forget, we drop on Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern time on all platforms.